Hello Year 1. I hope you had a lovely weekend. Today I have another story to share with you, but we're going to do things a little bit differently today. I'm not going to share the front cover of the story with you. The story is called The Way Back Home by Oliver Jeffers. Let's read it and explore what's happening in this story.
Once there was a boy. I wonder if he's starting an adventure or if he's just finished one. And one day, as he was putting his things back in the cupboard, he found an aeroplane. He didn't remember leaving it in there, but he thought he'd take it out for a go right away. The plane lifted off the ground and up into the sky.
Now we've had a chance to read those few pages, let's explore them in more detail. So I was thinking to start with, I was wondering whether the adventure was starting or whether he had just finished another adventure. I wonder if there's any clues on the next page. It says, and one day, as he was putting his things back in the cupboard, so I think he'd just finished an adventure with the boat, he found an aeroplane. How exciting! What wonderful things he has in his cupboard. I wonder what you would do if you found an aeroplane in your cupboard. And that brings us on to today's lesson. I want you to imagine that you have found an aeroplane in your cupboard and you are going to use that aeroplane to fly to any place in the world that you would like. So pause the video and think about where you might want to fly in the world. Once you've had a think about where you'd want to fly, I want you to think of a reason why you want to go there. Let me give you some ideas. You could choose to fly to a desert island with long beaches, huts in the sea, and deep jungle. You might want to fly to an ice cave deep under the ground. You might want to fly to the North Pole, where Santa Claus lives. Or you might want to fly to the tallest mountain. Once you have decided where you want to fly to, or come up with an idea completely of your own, you then need to think about why you want to travel there. So, I am going to choose the desert island. Now, I need to think of some reasons why I want to go there. Well, firstly, I think the weather would be beautiful and the temperature would be hot, which is my favourite. I also think it will be quite peaceful because there won't be many people on the island. Now I have my ideas, I'm going to try and put those ideas in a sentence that I can write down. So, I will fly to the desert island because it is peaceful. Can you repeat that back to me? I will fly to the desert island because it is peaceful. Notice I use the word because to join my sentence together and give a reason why. Because is a really important word which we're going to use today. Now I have my idea, I'm ready to start writing. The first thing I need to do is say my sentence out loud until I can remember it. I will fly to the desert island because it is peaceful. Okay, I'm ready to write. So the first word is I. Can you think about the spelling of the red word I? Excellent, it is just a capital I on its own. Now that's capital because it's at the start of the sentence and because this word is always a capital I. The next word is will. So you can Fred Fingers help me with that. Will. Finger space. We remember and then is two at the end of this word. I will. Next word is fly. So Fred Fingers again. I fly. So I know and Now I at the end of this word could be this sound, but at the end of the word we often use the letter Y to make the I sound at the end of the word. I will fly to, which is a red word which we should remember. Can you remember the spelling? So the next word is the. That's another red word which we practice a lot. So the. Talk to your grown-up if you can remember the spelling of the. Okay, let's have a go. The. Hopefully that's how you thought it was spelt. I will fly to the desert island. We can sound out desert. D, e, s, t. Desert. So there's quite a lot of sounds there, but we can figure that out with our Fred finger. So the first sound is d. E, s, I'm going to get my sound chart back for that. Now there's a couple of different examples of It could be whirl and twirl. It could be nurse with a purse. Or it could be better letter. Now I could try all of those and see which one I think looks right. But I'm going to use this one. Better letter. Desert island. Now that is a really tricky word, so I'm going to help us with that one. It's spelled like this. It's got a tricky s in the middle that we don't sound out. I will fly to the desert island because it is peaceful. I put the word because here so I don't forget. This word is really important for helping us extend our ideas and give reasons. So we're going to remember that word because today. If you want to, you can practice writing the word because a few times so you can remember the spelling. I'm going to leave it there so it reminds me. I will fly to the desert island because, a red word, but I've got it there to help me. It is peaceful. We can give those words a good go. It is, finger space, peaceful. Let's sound that out. P, E, S, F, O, L. Got my extra third finger there. Lots of sounds. I'm going to try that again. P, E, S, F, O, L. Peaceful. Okay. So we know the first sound is P. I then need to choose one of my E sounds. So it could be E, what can you see? But it could also be E, cup of tea. I'm going to go for E, cup of tea. You could try them out if you weren't sure. Now the next S sound is something we haven't seen very often. And we actually use a curly cut and an E to make a sound, which is quite tricky. Peaceful. So we have O, L. Peaceful. I will fly to the desert island because it is peaceful. And what do I need to put at the end of my sentence? Excellent, a full stop. I'm going to read it now to check it makes sense. I will fly to the desert island because it is peaceful. I've remembered to extend my sentence with the word because. I've used a capital letter at the beginning and a full stop at the end of my sentence. Now, I know that some of those words were really quite tricky to spell. Remember, do your best to use the sound chart to try and sound out the words yourself. And if you don't get them all perfectly correct, that is okay, as long as you're trying your best. It is always better to be adventurous with your vocabulary choices. Don't be afraid if you find the spelling tricky. If you thought of a really interesting word, give it a good go and try your best with the spelling. Now I want you to have a go at telling me where you want to fly using the sentence opener, I will fly. I also want you to tell me the reason why you want to go there, and I want you to extend your sentence with the word because. I can't wait to find out all of the different places where you would take your aeroplane. Good luck with today's sentence, and I will speak to you tomorrow.